Friends of Gravity, more variety in the Gravitrax Junior system. This is the Multi Route extension. Just when I put out my last video where I complained there was a lack of variety and flexibility in the Gravitrax Junior system, Ravensburger now came out with this set here, Multi Routes, and this could be exactly what was missing from the system so far. Switches and crossings and a piece that lets 3 routes come together in one. So I can't wait to get this out now and take a look at this. On the back of the box, as always, there's a list of the included pieces. So we have a bridge here and this kind of double tunnel element, 4 crossings, that's nice, 2 of those tiles that can lead 3 tracks together or split them up in 3 tracks, let's see. And of course these 2 switches here, very curious to test them out. Looks like a good selection, definitely all new pieces and pieces that were missing from the original sets. So let's get this out. This is what things look like inside the box after you remove this sheet of paper. I like that, it's a box full of product. So Ravensburger is not selling us an empty box here. This is the switch. This looks like a really smart mechanism. I haven't seen a switch designed that way, I think, in another Marble Run system. Looking forward to check that out. So this is this 3-way tile here, and it basically, I think it works this way. So you can have 3 different tracks get into one here. If you put it this way, then the marble will always take the middle route. That's the way this is designed. Another switch. These are the crossings. They look nice. And of course, if you have a switch, it makes sense to have a crossing. This is the bridge. I've already been using a couple of 3D printed bridges like this. A person has already made such a thing and uploaded it to Thingiverse, and I downloaded it and printed out a couple of those. I don't know, did Ravensburger take the inspiration from that Thingiverse project? I don't know. Definitely a very nice piece. And then we have these curved tiles with the roof here. I'm not really sure what the function of this is. So you have to click this in here like this. And then you have a classic curved tile with the roof. Maybe it's to prevent a speeding marble from jumping out of the track. I'm not sure. These are all the pieces that came in the box. So this is just an extension. You can't build a Marble Run with only this. You need one of their starter sets. So I got the My Jungle starter set, and with that I'm gonna build up a tiny track now. So this came with 3 base plates. I'm gonna use those first. I'm gonna get a bunch of things out of this box, but not everything. I don't wanna overdo it. I think I'm going to use 6 base plates. That should be enough to test out those elements. This features some instructions explaining how the different special elements work. So the switch, yeah, that does left and right. This piece here, like I said, allows to merge 3 tracks together. Yeah, and this here is both a crossing and a height tile. So you can build some track under an existing track. Nice. And then we have the bridge and the roofed curves here. I'm gonna set up a little course with that. Okay, let's see if the marbles even have enough speed for what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, that looks good. But I'm already running out of pieces. I need more pieces. Here you see how many height tiles you can save by using these bridge elements. So of course, I mean, there's 1 now in the box. I want 10 of those, but the idea is great. Let's quickly try if that start here works. Yeah, works. I'm running out of height tiles again. I have to get a couple of more height tiles. Luckily, we still have the large box. And these are the bridge elements that I was talking about. We printed these out ourselves, but of course, to have the original Gravitrax ones is much nicer. And this switch is designed in a way that it also reduces height. So if before the switch you are at a level of 5 spaces or 5 height tiles, after the switch you will be at 4. I think I need to be lower here, so we go for 3 here. I quickly set up a little track now. The course starts up here with this starter element, then it winds down here to the first switch. If the marble takes a right here, it goes through this height tile with the crossing, and after that the second switch. If the marble takes a right here, it goes down here and straight to the finish. Or if it takes a left, it goes down here through that crossing and reaches the finish this way. Or if in the beginning the marble takes a left and it goes down here also through that crossing and it's accelerated again by this hammer and then reaches the finish. I didn't manage to use up all the new elements, especially I didn't use 3 of those crossings here and 1 of those 3-way things. But everything else I used, especially the 2 switches, so I think to get a feeling for this extension here, we are good to go with this. I'm gonna tidy up this desk a little bit and then I'm gonna put some of those decorations on. That's it. This is what my finished course looks like now. I set up the course in a way that you can run 3 marbles through there without rearming the hammer. So the first marble is gonna not go through the hammer, then the second one will activate the hammer and the third one will go another route again, so it doesn't need the hammer. Let's try this out. That was cool. All 3 marbles completed the course. I'm gonna do a couple of close-ups and slow motion shots. This really is a nice little marble run course, I think. And I really have to say those special elements really add something to the system. Those switches here bring some needed variation. The marbles either take a left or right and they can go through different routes. And if you buy this set maybe 2 or 3 times, I think you can really get the kind of variation that we all want for a marble run system. What I also really enjoy is this height tile with the crossing in it, a height tile with a tunnel. That's really cool. We also have those kinds of elements with the original Gravitrax, and of course that's always really cool because it increases the complexity. So I really like that a lot. The only problem is there's only 1 of those in the box, and of course you'd want more. And the same is true for this bridge here. Of course, that's really cool. That's a must-have for this system. But of course, it's quite sad that there's only 1 of those in the box. I'd want 10 of those and then we'd be talking. This 3-way merging element as well as the crossing, those elements are not so easy to use. You have to build quite a complex course to be able to employ 4 of those crossings in one course. So I think if I could choose freely, I'd much rather have less of those crossings or only one of those three-way merging pieces and another of the high tile tunnel crossings in here, or maybe another bridge. I think that's much cooler, but of course that's what they do. They compile the sets in a way that you always want more. But overall, I think this is a really great set and a great extension. It features exactly the pieces that I was asking for in my last video about this system. So finally we have a switch, we have this bridge element, we have a tunnel crossing. The price I think is a little bit steep. This set me back 22 euros now, and I mean, the quality of the pieces is quite nice, so I can't even say this is overpriced, but it's just a lot of money for a little extension of your marble run. So yes, this whole system is just not a very cheap affair. That was my very short unboxing and review of the new Gravitrax Junior Multi Routes extension. This was exactly what I had wished for. This was exactly what this system needed. Thank you, Ravensburger, for putting this out. Of course, there's not enough stuff in this box, and of course it's too expensive, but what can you do? This is great stuff. This is the way forward for Gravitrax Junior. I think if you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon to not miss any of my future videos. And please remember, what goes up must come down here at Gravity Bites.